Guys, what is up? What's in the house? How y'all doing? It's evening. So I watched the other movie of TD Jakes, right? And so, thoughts. I have a lot of them. Stay tuned. Hey guys. All right, so I watched Seven Deadly Sins, Envy tonight, right? It just went off. So I was like, why not review it tonight? Okay, I ain't gonna make y'all wait. So anyway, so getting down to the cast, this movie is all the way at Three Lips. It is part of the Seven Deadly Sins. Lust was last Saturday. Envy was this Saturday. I wonder, should he keep going on? I mean, it's 7. He only explained 2. We need the other 5. Okay, come on, TD. Okay, if you ain't gonna write us, here I am. I got a story for you. So anyways, that's my plug. So this week, it is not the same characters as Lust. The same actors or characters. It's a whole different crew. So this week, it was Soraya, who is from Empire. She played Hakeem's girlfriend, on and off girlfriend / wife. I love her. I was happy to see her in something else finally. Candy Burris, Rose Rollins, I've never known her, but she was really great. Gregory Allen Williams, he played on Greenleaf and a few others. He's been out for years. He's the father. Jose Sanchez, he was a guy called Justice in the movie. Clifton Powell was a pastor in last week and this week. The Brat, Candy Burris, DC Young Fly, and Donovan Crystal Jr. So that's the cast. I'm going to call them by their real names because I'm just not good with paying attention to their acting names, okay? Just saying. So I'm going to call them by their real names throughout the review so you'll know who I'm talking about because that's just how I do it. I mean, it is what it is. So let's get into this movie. Envy. I was about to say Lust. Envy. So Gregory Allen Williams, who is the father in the movie, he is a very prominent man. He had a well-known business. Back in his early young days, when he was on the road a lot, he slept with a stripper, which is cheat on his wife, and she got pregnant. When she got pregnant, she had a little girl. So the movie starts off with the little girl asking her mom. Her mom's name is Daisy. She asked her mom who her dad was. She was like, my teacher said that everybody has a mom and dad, but I don't know who my dad is. And her mom was like, yeah, that's right. But you don't have a dad. Read this scripture. She gave her a scripture. You read this scripture whenever you feel a certain way and blah, blah, blah. So the little girl kept the Bible and grew up to be Soraya. So Soraya gets older. I don't know why in the movie she was in the hospital. It was a hospital scene. I might have been moving back and forth, give me a drink. And I don't know why she was in the hospital, but she was in the hospital. And so she was like, God ain't never did nothing for me. So she tosses the Bible in the trash. Before she threw it in the trash, though, she looked in it and saw that there was like an information card, and it had Elijah Williams on it, which was the father. And so she wrote him a letter saying, I'm your daughter, blah, blah, blah. But she wrote it as Daisy. She didn't write it from her. She wrote it from Daisy. You have a daughter. I never told you. I'm sorry. I never had the abortion. ... Okay. So he gets the letter. So she's in Arkansas and he's in Atlanta. So he gets the letter. He's real quiet. So his daughter kicks in, who is Rose. Rose Rollins is her real name. And so she's like, I ain't haven't heard from my dad. She goes over to his house. He's sitting there in the dark, depressed, crying like, I have a child out here. I don't know who she is. ... So Candy Burris and Rose work together. Candy is like her lawyer. And so she's like, well, I'll go to Arkansas for you. And I'll meet with her and let her know, ... So she goes to Arkansas to get her, or just inform her that they found her father. And she's like, oh, okay. So she tried to play it off like she didn't write the letter. Oh, what they want with me? Blah, blah, blah. Like she had this attitude. Girl, you wrote the letter. What you have this attitude for? So then she was like, well, if you want to meet them, they're ready to receive you and blah, blah, blah. Here's my number. Call me back. Which I don't know why she didn't have like a card. Like she wrote it on a piece of paper. Like, if if you a lawyer, that's tacky. But anyways, little things I noticed. But anyway, she tore it out of a notebook and like folded up like we was in 8th grade. Like, what? You're a whole lawyer. You should have business cards. So anyways, so she finally calls her. And so DC Young Fly is Soraya's boyfriend. And so they're conspiring. Don't judge me. They're conspiring together to go into these people's lives and take their money and da. So that's where DC Young Fly comes into. And he did a phenomenal job. DC Young Fly normally overdoes too much. Like, DC, calm down. But he actually did a good job. I was so proud of him. Like, DC, come through and be a grown man, okay? So he did really good. He gets all the thumbs up from me. So she goes to Atlanta to meet her family. They're very welcoming. You know, they have their little ifs, which everybody, she like, is this your real daughter? Blah, blah, blah. And so she gives her blood she does, older sister, Rose, does a paternity test, which they never got to it. They never got to those results. And drove me nuts. Anyway, so, she goes and at first she was supposed to stay with her father. But Rose was like, you can come stay here with me. You'll have your own room and your own space instead of sleeping at Dad's house on this couch. So she goes there, and her husband was not okay with it at first. But, you know, whatever. This is just supposed to be your sister. Oh, I just made my camera move. So, you know, whatever. So she goes over there and stays. So she starts snooping around and taking pictures of documents and things like that. What Candy Burris did find out about her was that she had, her child had died. I don't know if it died like in her stomach or died like a stillborn. So their daughters were supposed to be the same age. So she kind of clung to Bella, which is the daughter. She kind of clung to her because of her own desire to have her own child, which was her daughter's name in Empire was Bella. Ain't that crazy? So the story goes on. The oldest sister, Rose, invites her to work for them. They give her a nice car. She was mad because it was like a Toyota or Honda or something. She wanted this BMW. Girl, you can't get no BMW. You gonna take this Honda. It's free. You ain't paying nothing. They bought it for you. Be grateful. Thank you. Somebody buy me a car. Hello. Chop, chop. I need a car. I don't care. If it's brand new, off the lot with a red ribbon, I'm on it. She had an attitude about it. Rolled her eyes and blah, blah, blah. She was so ungrateful. She felt like they owed her. Like, how we owe you? We didn't even know you exist. But anyways, a lot of people do that when they have families or their illegitimate children. Like, they feel like everybody owes them. No, they don't. They're going to give to you because they love you, but they don't. It's not their fault that they didn't know that you existed. So anyway, so then the story goes on. And so then Jose Sanchez, who is from The Game, I love him. Haven't seen him in forever. His makeup was horrible on this movie. They needed to blend a little more. But his name was Justice, and he had a sneaker company. And Rose's older sister was he was her client. She was his client. No, he was her client, right? And so she marketed and produced his sneaker thing. And so like she stole one of Soraya's ideas and pitched it to him, and he loved it and all the stuff. She felt slighted. Soraya felt real slighted, like y'all going behind my back. But Candy was like, I don't trust her. She's a snake, blah, blah, blah. So as it goes on, she starts trying to, Soraya did all kind of stuff to them. And so the big drama moment came when the shoe release party came, and the brat played a social media queen. So she was like this big gossip queen on social media. So she was at the shoe release too. And so she came, Soraya walks over to her while they're taking pictures on the red carpet, right? Pause. While they were on the red carpet, she walks to her older sister and was like, yeah, Justice wants you. And so the older sister walks over to Justice and was like, you know, you called me, which is Jose. You called me? He was like, nah. So while she walks over, she grabs her sister's husband and daughter and starts taking pictures like that was her family. Come through. Come on. You are a snake, girl. You're doing too much. Woo. Anyways, so she does all that and then goes over to the brat and was like, I heard that Rose's real baby daddy is Justice. So the brat, while they're on the red carpet taking pictures, walks over to him. Justice was like, yeah, I heard you the father of Rose's baby and blah, blah, blah. Remember, I'm using their actual real names. You're the father of blah, 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 besides Jose Sanchez. Okay, I'm mixed up, I know. And so she's like, what? So he's like, what? I ain't never heard this. And so they start fighting. Rose's husband, whose name is Mauricio in the movie, okay? But his name is Donovan Crystal. They start fighting on the red carpet at this event. They fight and they tearing up the red carpet. Stuff is falling over. It's just a mess. Whole time Soraya's standing back smiling. Because she done caused all this confusion. She walking around sashaying in this little red dress. Just. So then, Candy Burris takes Soraya and the daughter home. And so Rose is trying to pan everything out. We still got to finish with this premiere, blah, blah, blah. Her husband is like, do you want him or me? Because it comes out that they did have an affair when they were broke up. And Justice Jose Sanchez is really in love with Rose, but he's not overstepping his boundaries. He just needs her to help him put his product out there. But Soraya is the one who's causing all this drama, you know? So, the husband is like, you know, it's either me or Jose. And she's like, I'm not choosing either one of y'all. Like, he's my biggest client. You're my husband. Da 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 da. This is too much. So she goes to her. So her husband leaves her. Well, I'll make it easy. He leaves or whatever. So as soon as he walks out of like the carpeted like office area, here's Soraya. She trying to come on to him. Like, what? Girl, we don't want you at all. So then after she tried to come on, he throws her off like, you know, move, basically. And he goes on his little walk. And so then the sister, Rose, she starts to put things together. Like, she starts to talk to the brat. Who told you my business? Oh, that little young girl, blah, blah, blah. Oh, so she like, so she calls Candy, like, where is she at? And Candy's like, I just dropped them off at the house. So she runs the whole story down to Candy. And so Candy's like, well, I'm gonna go back to the house and confront her because I thought she was the snake. I knew she was a snake this whole time. So she goes back to the house to confront her and all this drama. So she comes in the house. Candy, you know, she real hood. She knocking on the door with this belly. She pregnant in the movie. And so she started arguing. She was like, yeah, when Rose get here, she gonna beat your A and expose you for the snake you are. And they're walking up these stairs. And she pushes her down off the stairs and she rolls. So, mind you, she's pregnant in the movie. And so, Soraya gets real scared, picks up Bella. She told Bella to call her mama too, Snake. And she picks up Bella and she runs off with her into, you know, gets in the car and they just drive off. And she calls the police like, there's a pregnant woman. And she gives the address, but she didn't stay at the house with her. She left. And so the police get there and everything like that. And it's just an entire mess. And so the father calls her and is like, you know, meet me around the corner from the house. So he goes and he has this really deep talk with her and whatever, convince her, you know, go back to the house, turn yourself in. She goes back to the house, turns herself in. She's crying. And the sister Rose is like, I hate you. I wish I never met you. I wish I never let you in my house, my life, blah, blah, blah. And so then from there, the story really, you know, the husband and wife come back together. Rose and her husband, they come back together. You know, they say they want to work it out and blah, blah, blah. And then the dad is like, you know, that's my daughter. I need to go see her in jail. So the sister, she's like, I don't want to go. I don't have anything for her, but I'm going to support you because you're my dad. And they go in and they pray together and he talks to her. And he lets her know that, you know, the letter, your mom sent me a letter. And she's like, no, because she starts to ramble off the truth. Like, I've been lying to y'all. My mom didn't write a letter. This is so the dad, like, your mom did write me a letter. And he's like, the nurses or whoever at the hospital mailed me this Bible. And in it was a letter, just like what she had wrote. He said, so you really are my daughter or whatever. So it's just, it is real good. It's a lot of drama. And it ended, they said the Lord's Prayer, and really the movie went off. It was a really good movie. I think it's better than Lust, for real. The acting was better. The storyline was better. It was way better. It was just way better. All of them were better than Lust. Lust was a good storyline too, but I feel like in Lust, Carrie Hilson need about 5 more acting classes and then she'll be legit. But I do. I'm sorry. I love her though. She did a good job. You can always do better. But in this one, they did a very good job. But Soraya's an actor anyways. I hope I'm saying her name right. If I'm not, Soraya is what I'm gonna just call her. And I'm gonna call her the whole entire 14 minutes. So yes, go watch it. It's on Lifetime. I do give it a 3 lips. I give both episodes a 3 lips. They're very good. It will provoke conversation amongst you, your family, your spouses, your loved ones, whatever, because it is a deep conversation about how people have illegitimate children. That children come in the picture. What do you do? Who do you believe? What do you do? What do you do? I don't know. Do we throw them out? Do we take them in and love them? We take them in and love them. Man, she thought, and she reflected on all that. She's in jail. Like, they brought me in and they loved on me and they made sure I was good and they made sure I was, because it did come out. She was stealing money. This young fly was taking $500 out of their account every single day. Yeah. Scandalous. Yeah. So yeah, that ends my review. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for sitting here with me. I know it was kind of long one. I'm sorry. But thank you for sitting here. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Peace. Mwah.